Making this video very quickly. Yes, we've heard the story of the Dogecoin investor who lost $167,000 in one day. In fact, just so I can pull that up, because some of you might not know about that story, or maybe you didn't hear about it, but there's a millionaire investor who refuses to sell his Dogecoin. Dogecoin, I don't even care. But anyway, it's like up until yesterday, I had been a millionaire. This 33-year-old Dogecoin investor refuses to sell despite losing over $67,000 in one day. Glauber Contesoto says he became a Dogecoin millionaire in April after investing in February. So he invested $250,000 in Dogecoin on February 5th with a belief that he'd become a millionaire. And on April 15th, he did. That must have been about the time that Dogecoin passed like 50 cents or something, April 15th. On Monday, the top cryptocurrencies by market value, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, started to crash following news of a crackdown in China. With losses extending on Tuesday, Contesoto's portfolio, which contains only Dogecoin. Oh, so he doesn't even diversify. Okay, his holdings are down over $167,000 on Tuesday alone. He tells CNBC Make It. And his portfolio was worth $831,000 as of Tuesday. Now, let me just say this. The whole point of both this is a photo of his portfolio on Robinhood. It says Dodge meme. Yeah, it hit an all-time high of 73 cents. And my guess is that when this story was made, because it says that it was made at 7-Eleven on June 22nd, which was yesterday. My guess is that this story was made when Dogecoin was about 18 cents. So he refused to sell, and I'm listening to Dr. Boyce Watkins. I don't even know if I'm supposed to call him doctor, but I'm not, because maybe I'm not supposed to. But anyway, he's saying, that this guy is too emotional about the investment. And one of the things he said was he should have never made that investment in the first place because it was a shitty investment, even though he did get lucky. He also said that as a poker player, for the most part, this is really gambling. The difference I'll say with poker is gambling that's a little bit more cerebral, because what you're dealing with now is you're dealing with people who are, and if you're talking about being a professional poker player, you're a person who's not dealing so much in odds. You're dealing more with mathematics, and you're dealing with probability that the next person who's sitting across from you isn't holding as good a hand as you are. I'll say it like this. By not selling his Dogecoin, he didn't lock in the loss. And that's what most people understand who deal with stocks and who trade in cryptocurrency. If you trade, you lock in your loss. Like, for example, Bitcoin back in 2018 went up to $19,000, and then it started to fall. So let's imagine that you put in $20,000 when Bitcoin hit $19,000. Well, when it started to fall back to $15,000, you'd have lost $4,000. However, as long as you hadn't sold that one Bitcoin that you had, that Bitcoin would have appreciated to $55,000 and then $64,000. And as long as you hadn't sold it, even right now, it would still be worth $34,000. So there are some people who do follow the one main rule of gambling. Do not gamble more than you can afford to lose. Some people say do not invest more than you can afford to lose. I do not consider cryptocurrency an investment. I consider cryptocurrency a Ponzi scheme, and I consider any money that you put into it to be gambling. For those of you who may be new here, who happen to be on my channel because you got a recommendation, I'm about to show you my YouTube portfolio. And in my YouTube portfolio, which is different than my main portfolio, what I did was I took $5,000 and I started buying stocks during the crash of 2020. And it just so happened that oil stocks made me so much money that I was able to sell and I was able to buy into other stocks. Like I was able to buy Microsoft, Berkshire Hathaway, and I had so much money left over that I was, there was a couple of them, TTI, NBR. I poured into these things. I made videos on YouTube telling people to buy a lot of oil stock and to buy banks, and specifically things that pay dividends, banks, oil, and high-tech companies, right? Like Nvidia, who has a stock split coming up, and I bought more shares in Nvidia, and which also, and by the way, that also brings me to this other little story that I was going to share. Microsoft is now a $2 trillion company. Over the last 10 years, I've been buying Microsoft stock. And Microsoft, I mean, first of all, Microsoft, Apple, those are companies that have an embedded user base that is so deeply embedded. Let's just think about this for a second. Every office has Microsoft Office in it. They've got, let's see, before 9/11, I learned Excel, PowerPoint, and specifically it was Excel and Microsoft Access because I actually worked at the World Trade Center and I was running a database and I was working as an intern. The World Trade Center was destroyed when I left the job. You know, you hear all these conspiracy theories about certain types of people who supposedly got warnings not to come to work. I happened to have to go back to school because I had a chemistry class and I had to go back to school and I ended up leaving, what was it, a week before 9/11 because I had to go back to school. You're talking about like September 11, 2001. I had to go back to school during the very beginning of September to go to this chemistry class, and I had a bunch of science classes that I had to take because I was a geology and a physics major, but you have to take chemistry. So I'll never forget where I was. I was actually in the lab that morning on that Tuesday, and the chemistry teacher leaves, and he comes back after staying out for a real long time, and he comes back and tells us, "Yo, the World Trade Center just got blown up." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then you go home, you watch the news, you find out. Some of you weren't even alive if you're listening to this message. Some of you weren't born back then, but I was. So bottom line is this: Microsoft offices have Microsoft Office. Apple is everywhere. Apple is in your phone, iPhone. Apple's in your iPad. Schools are being basically forced to have Microsoft, Google, and Apple. Offices either have Google, Microsoft, or Apple. So basically, these things, when they say a blue chip dividend paying stock, this is what they're talking about. They're talking about a company that's too big to fail. That's what they're talking about. Apple is too big to fail. It's too big to fail. They're just on iPhone alone, Apple is too big to fail. On iPad alone, Apple is too big to fail. On Macs, DJ equipment that is made by Apple, the MacBook Pros where these DJs got the MacBook Pros and all that. Final Cut Pro, Photo Suite and Photoshop, and what's that other thing? GarageBand. Apple is too big to fail. Microsoft is too big to fail. Google is too big to fail. How many of you got a Google account? How many of you got a product of Google? Google Maps? All this shit is too big to fail. Bottom line is this. When Warren Buffett says blue chip stock, that's what he's talking about. Blue chip stock that pays dividends. That's what he's talking about. Not Google. Google doesn't pay a dividend. However, because Google doesn't pay a dividend and also Google hasn't done any stock splits, it's very possible Google could be the next Berkshire Hathaway, where it runs its stock value up to like $400,000. The same thing goes for Amazon. Amazon hasn't done any stock splits. Amazon hasn't done any, what is it called, dividend payouts. These companies have decided that they're going to run their values right up. Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia, they prefer to do stock splits. They prefer to pay dividends. And what that does is it gets people to invest, more millennial investors to invest. So bottom line is this: Apple and Microsoft now are worth $2 trillion at least. There's also, now for those of you who missed out, there's other companies. There's NVIDIA. There's also AMD. These people make computer chips, GPUs. And the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying is true because you understand. That's the whole point. When you're talking about a stock worth investing in, I don't have to explain to you who Microsoft is. I don't have to explain to you who Apple is. I don't have to explain those things to you. But when you're talking about something that's not worth investing in, we're looking at cryptocurrency. Shiba Inu. Do you know what the fuck a Shiba Inu whatever is? Do you know what Safe Moon is? Well, just in case you don't know, let me explain it. It's a Ponzi scheme where people claim that they're trying to save up money to build up a safe trip to the moon. Like physically, they want to go to the moon. There's also Safe Mars. And if you haven't guessed by now, Safe Mars is a bunch of Ponzi scheme where they say, yeah, we're trying to save up money so we can have a safe trip to Mars. I can't make this shit up. It's in their mission statement. Dogecoin started as a joke, and they thought the shit was so funny that people say, hey, let me pour money into that because this Ponzi scheme I might be able to get rich in. Believe it or not, there is actually a coin called Scam Coin. I swear to God, they made a coin called Scam Coin. They have a scam coin. They actually have a coin called Scam Coin. I can't make this shit up. So I'm not going to subscribe to nothing. So the bottom line is, if you don't, and Warren Buffett has a saying, if you don't understand a business, don't invest in it. Can't really go wrong with that, right? Any business that pops up, if they make electric cars, that's easy for you to understand, right? So that's something that you can invest in. That's the reason why I invested in Tesla when it was $30. Because when I went and drove a Tesla, I did the P85 in 2012. As soon as I finished driving that car, I said, yeah, I want to invest in this company. I understood it. If there's a company that's making underwear for women like Victoria's Secret and they're trying to ruin their image by putting an ugly ass woman in charge who doesn't believe that the panties and stuff should be made to please men, well, that's a company you might want to be careful investing in. Now, you know that Victoria's Secret, you know what they do. You know they make underwear. But the problem is, if they're going to ruin themselves by putting this ugly let me pull this picture up. Victoria Secret. It helps if I just explain it. New leader. Okay. So they want to put this ugly ass lady up here. Where is she? I forgot what her name is. They want to put this woman up here. Where is it? Let's see. 11/25/20. No, that's too early. Yeah, so they got this new one. Can new leadership save them? No. Wait. Maybe that is it. I don't know. There should be a photo of her. I don't want to scare you, but there should be a photo. That's not. No. I think it's the new CEO. Wait. Yeah. Wait. Megan Rapinoe. There she is. Megan Rapinoe. So they want to put this person right here. They want to put her as the leader. Now let's understand something. Victoria's Secret was started by a man with the purpose of making lingerie for women so that they could impress their husbands. That's what it was all about. I don't think Megan Rapinoe right here, I don't think she's ever made a penis stiff. And that's as far as I'm going to say with that. But the bottom line is, this is a company, I don't know if I can trust investing in you. I don't know if I can trust investing. I think I could have done it before, but I don't know if I can trust investing. I don't think I can do it. New Cipher, Loop Ring, I have no idea what any of this shit is. Civic, I have no idea what it is. No. This is not safe to invest in. So the bottom line is, Warren Buffett says, if you don't understand a company, you probably shouldn't invest in it. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get lucky sometimes. Maybe there's something that you don't understand that you can invest in. The bottom line is, how safe is it? How good of an asset is it? How well will it perform? There are assets that have outperformed Bitcoin. Tesla, over the last 12 years, outperformed Bitcoin. Square. I don't know if you know what Square is. Square is a electronic transfer system that they use for digital cards. Square has outperformed Bitcoin. There's been other things. Neo, the company, a Chinese company that makes electric cars, they've outperformed Bitcoin, especially in 2020. And because Bitcoin has fallen back, it was below 30,000 yesterday. And I think a lot of people now who may have felt safe with Bitcoin before, now that they see the Chinese basically banning it, and now that they see that it's lost, it was at 64,000, it's lost a lot of value, and now they see a lot of companies are pulling away from it. Listen, the gurus were saying that Bitcoin was supposed to be $100,000 back in 2018. This year, when it hit $60,000, they were saying the same thing. It's supposed to be $100,000 by the end of the summer. Problem is, you don't hear from them now because they're hiding. Because once this shit went under $30,000, they were already under their rock, peeking out from under their rock. Oh my God, what did I do? Everybody knows my face. Everybody knows how bullish I was on all this shit. Ethereum was at $4,000. It's at 1,995 right now. You have no idea of the future of a speculative asset when countries are literally banning it, pulling away from the table. You have no idea about the future of a speculative asset like that. Does that mean that you can't invest in it and you can't make a lot of money? Well, things like SafeMoon, for example, that are worth so little. If you put $100 into this, you can get like 12 million coins. Thing about it is, that's $100. Yes, it's not much money. Chances are that $100, you might make a lot of money off of SafeMoon. But is that a good investment? That's gambling. That's not investment. So the problem, what I will do from now on is, when it comes to cryptocurrency, I refuse to use the term investment. From now on, I will say gamble on crypto. I will not call it cryptocurrency, quote unquote, because it's not really a currency. Currencies have hard money behind them. Gold is physical. Silver is physical. Those are real currencies. They've been used as currencies. So I'm going to call it gambling on crypto. That will be my phrase from now on. And I will always use that phrase, gambling on crypto. So our friend right here, the Dogecoin investor, who looks just like that guy on Fox News that was a wrestler, and the guy looks like a gigantic Flintstone character. Listen, he got lucky. Good for him. But that's not the only way to get lucky, this crypto bullshit. That's not the only way. There are other stocks. For example, I told everybody about this gas and oil. Now listen, the last time I did this update, back on this video right here, my portfolio, I had started with $5,000. I was at $28,040, as you can see. I was up $42 when I made the last video. Yesterday I was at 27,000 because, as you know, the Dow dropped like 1,000 points or something. Today, right now, sitting on my chair, on my ass, drinking my iced tea, I'm up $472 in this one portfolio alone. This is the portfolio I made specifically for YouTube to share with YouTube. So I'm at $28,348 just sitting on my ass. I'm up $472 today. Why am I up so high? Well, when you look at the market values, when you adjust for market values, SM, SLCA. You remember, if you look back at my Oil Man videos, I was telling you about oil, SM, SLCA, LPI. I'm not sure what TTI is. TTI should be up there, but because I know I didn't sell it. Wait, TTI should be up here. Maybe there was a low. Oh yeah, okay. TTI's market value was low, and today I lost $20 in TTI. I ain't even thinking about the losses. But I bought 200 shares of TTI right here, 28 cents, and I gained $745. Now, when you look back at my top performers, I was telling everybody the day that I was going into these things, $1.90 a share, $1.40 48 cents. Yeah, I wish I could have gotten it a little bit lower. But this, again, this was a spur of the moment thing. Each share that I bought 100 shares. As you can see, 100 shares, 100 shares. Each share I bought of SM. This is now a gain of $2,285. I spent $190. What is that? 100 times 1.9. I spent less than $200 or something like that. I don't even remember. Wait. Let me do that math. 100 times 1.9. I spent $190 on SM. I spent $148 on SLCA. I'm up $1,140, and that's just in this one portfolio. SM, as you can see, I'm up $2,285. S&M was actually down yesterday. But what did I tell you? Gas prices are going up. And I told you this while Trump was in office. This was back a year ago. And you can watch the video. I am an oil man. YouTube has done its best to keep people like me quiet because I denounce crypto and I uphold dividend-paying stocks. They have done their best with their bullshit algorithm to keep me quiet. But the thing about it is, no matter how quiet I am on YouTube, I'm still making this money. No matter what. You can't stop me from making this money. But the bottom line is, they've been keeping me quiet. And they've been ignoring me. But that's okay. That's okay, because the more you ignore me, the louder I get. So, as you can see, that's where we are, $28,298. For the people who've been following me for this long, that's where it is. This portfolio right here, I am only going to run to $100,000. Once this gets to $100,000, I'm not going to even bother with it anymore. I'm just going to let it sit and keep collecting these dividends. So when you hit dividend yield, you can see as it adjusts for dividends. Sunoco's dividend is down because Sunoco used to be at like 9 point something, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. It's still paying 8.66. Microsoft right here is down for the day, but I'm only down $2.60, so I'm not upset. The price that I bought this Microsoft shares at was 10 shares at $265. There's a very good possibility that down the road Microsoft might experience a stock split. My gain up till now is $352, and the market value of this shares that I have is $2,652. But it's all paying a dividend, so I don't even care because I have no intention of selling it. Nvidia is about to have a stock split. I have 3 shares in this portfolio, but I have more in my other portfolio. When the stock split happens, they are giving you 4-to-1. So that means if you have 3, it's 3 times 4. You will have 12. When the Nvidia stock split happens, I'm going to have 100 and something shares. Wait, in fact, I could do the math. Let's see. What is this? I'm going to have, wait. 1, 4, 4. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, bottom line is, yeah, I'm trying to use my calculator, but you can't even see the calculator. Bottom line is, I'm gonna end up with over 100 shares of Nvidia because of the stock split. That the stock split just splits the shares. It doesn't increase the value. What has happened, however, is since I announced the stock split and told people weren't paying attention, the value has increased from 631, I think, to 761. As you can see, it's going back and forth. So it's, it's a number. It's not 100%. I can't be 100% accurate because the numbers are bouncing up and down because the market's open. Bottom line is this: Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple. We're going towards electric cars. We're going towards computer technology controlled cars. You want to be in these high-tech dividend stocks. For the time being, you also want to be in oil as much as possible, and you also want to be in banks. Oil is going up. They say an oil may hit $100 a barrel this summer. Well, guess what? I know a lot of you people who will complain, Biden, it's all Biden's fault. Yeah, guess what? Before Biden was even president, back when Trump was president, I was saying the same shit. Oil's going up. Oil's going up. Oil is going to go up partially because the government wants it to go up. Y'all don't understand what I be saying when I'm telling you these things. We had 400 million barrels of oil sitting offshore in ships during the coronavirus quarantine. They could have allowed the oil prices to plummet. Oil could have hit less than $1. The government controls oil. Now you'd be like, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Why would they control oil? Guess what? There's a tax on oil. If oil prices go down, then they don't get as much tax on oil. Hey, you know what else the government is controlling? The housing market. Why? Because there's a tax on houses. Property tax. You know what else the government controls? Insurance prices. Pretty much, actually, I should say the government basically controls all the prices, really, because the Federal Reserve, by printing money and lowering interest rates, they basically control all prices. If they devalue the dollar, then they cause the price of your goods and services to go up. This is economics 101. But y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all don't understand what I'm just rambling. Nobody's even listening. Y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand what I'm saying to you. You don't understand. You don't understand what I'm saying to you. That's the problem. You don't understand what I'm saying to you. So the bottom line is this. Bottom line is this. Oil's going up. If you've got a gas guzzler, you're fucked. If you've got an electric car, you'll be okay. Electricity is a byproduct of burning fossil fuels. You'll be okay. Your electric bill is going to continue to probably be below $20 for a long time. Eventually, as they convert more and more people to electric cars, they're going to impose taxes on electric cars. Why? Because they have to justify being able to fix the roads, and they have to justify being able to steal money in Congress. So they're going to eventually raise taxes on electric cars. Once more and more people are in electric cars, taxes are going up on electric cars. Now, this could take 10 years. This could take 15 years. By the time I'm retired, now, so let's understand something right now. I'm about to turn 40 years old. I'm 39 right now. I want you to mark my words on this, in exactly 10 years from 2 months from now, in exactly 10 years, I'm going to be 50. I will be retiring. Whether I stay in this country or not, or move to a nice warm country like the Philippines, where you've got cheap food, cheap alcohol, and you got beautiful young women hanging around you all the time because you the American sugar daddy or whatever. Bottom line is that whether it's Philippines, Thailand, or I don't know where else would I go. I don't know. Someplace it has to be cheap. So Vietnam, I can have a condo for $15 a day. $15 a day. I can have a condo. Oh, by the way, um, you can rent condos in these countries for like $200 a month. Costa Rica, Venezuela. Well, I don't. You don't want to really go to Venezuela, but okay. Vietnam. All these communist countries that have been controlled. You see, like the violence that we have here in New York and Chicago and California. That violence doesn't exist in those communist controlled countries because over there they execute their criminals. See, we play games with our criminals. Our criminals run around punching Asians in the back of the head, running around carjacking, stealing Dodge Durangos, stealing Jeep Trackhawks, what is it? Stealing your Dodge Charger, stealing your Dodge Challenger. Oh, that's what we do in this country, but in those foreign countries, nah. When they, you killed a man, you killed a officer for his Jeep Trackhawk. Oh well, after your trial, we're gonna put a bullet in the back of your head, and then we send your family the bill for the bullet. That's how those countries operate. My country, America, the way we operate is, yeah, you might get carjacked. Yeah, you might get raped today. Yeah, you might get your house robbed. The only way you can prevent it, well, you can go out and buy some guns and you can keep an AR-15 in your house. But guess what? We're going to reduce the number of bullets you can have to 10 bullets instead of 30. So you know what that means? That means that some of my guns I can't even keep with me here in New York State. I have to take my guns to my other house, and I have to take my guns to my what is it called? Timeshare in Pennsylvania, and I got to keep them there. I got to keep my guns in Pennsylvania. Some of them, not all of them. So I don't want y'all getting no wrong ideas. Some of my guns, oh yeah, the New York State compliant ones, oh yeah, I can keep. But in this country, nah, you gotta do this for yourself. Or you know what you can do? You can call the police, and if they don't like you, they might put a knee in your neck, and you might die on the ground. Or you might they might jump on your back. They might jump on your back. So that's how it works in my country. In my country, yeah, we don't execute criminals. In my country, yeah, you got to look out for yourself. But in those communist countries like you remember Vietnam when they kicked America out and they were like, no, fuck that, you ain't doing shit here. You remember how the Chinese sent all those soldiers, they kicked us out of Vietnam? Well, I'll tell you what, look at Vietnam today. Vietnam, low cost of living, very low crime rates for the most part. Because the communist government don't play that game. Oh, you're a drug dealer? Oh, guess what? You're getting executed today. No, they don't play those games. So the bottom line is you can retire wherever you want. But my thing is, I like the idea. A lot of Americans are retiring in the Philippines, for example. Now, Duterte is a piece of shit. I'll tell you just like that. Duterte, that lockdown that they have over there is really hurting the Filipino people. Really, they're starving basically. I think it's more than 70% of the adult population's out of work. But guess who ran the Philippines? Oh, it wasn't the communists. It was America. America was there. The other countries that were smart enough to kick America out, they're doing great. They're not beholden to American politics. But the ones that left America in there, yeah, they're not doing so good. The Philippines was American run. If you go to the Philippines, everybody pretty much speaks English. Everybody's living in poverty for the most part. The average Filipino makes less than $10,000 a year. The real average Filipino makes less than $5,000 a year. Especially right now after the coronavirus. And these are facts. So you can look this shit up. You can go to the country. You can look around. These are facts. The countries that were smart enough to kick America the fuck out, those are the ones that are they're weathering the storm. They're weathering the storm. Weathering the storm. China told their people just recently, hey, everybody, go out and have 3 kids because we need more people. How's American birth rates doing? Huh? How's American marriage rates doing? Huh? Can you show me a ring finger? Can you show me a wedding ring? Nah, I don't think you can. Most of you can't. How's American divorce rates doing? Oh shit! Wait. I gotta talk to you later. I got people. You heard that duck quack. With certain people, when they call me up, I have the duck quack iPhone thing because when they quack at me, they go ah. So I don't want to hear her right now. So basically, I gave her a horrible ringtone. So I'm gonna end this video right now at 32 minutes because I gotta call this chick back. It's a client who is annoying as fuck. But she doesn't know who I'm talking about, so, it's okay. But it's a client, and as you can hear, she's very annoying. She has the duck quack ringtone. And that's that. So I'm going to end this video right here. And bottom line is this. I hope that you invest intelligently. Whether you do or not, I'm going to make my money, and I'm going to be retired at 50. And I hope you're going to do some intelligent investing instead of investing on safe moons and safe Mars and all that nonsense. So please don't. But that's just where we are. So I'm going to end this video now, and good luck to you.